Oh, maybe it's not. Maybe it's coming. There we go. There we go. There's YouTube. Hi, YouTube. There you are. A little late getting in the room, YouTube. What's up with you? All right. What's up, guys? I'm going to reintroduce myself since YouTube is shady and is like all delayed. I am Jetty, Empress Jetty, the Rabble Rouser. Thank you for tuning into Black Enlightainment, where we are broadcasting consciousness. Tonight, we're going to be reading from one of my, I don't want to say many works, but one of my several works. This is called Black Love Matters, hashtag Black Love Matters. And I'll show you it in a second. I'm just going to do some of these Facebook invites. Maybe another page of them, and I'll call it quits. Did you guys miss me over the weekend? I intended to be on yesterday in the morning, but oh my gosh, we had some crazy stuff going on here at the house. I was flipping out. Y'all saw me. Those of you that follow me on Facebook, y'all saw me tripping out on Facebook like the last few days. Like, everybody had me like on edge. And then like it just kind of got to be too much yesterday, and I just spazzed, and I had to deal with it. I had to get my life together. So it is what it is. All right, let's do another. This is the last page of invites. And sorry if you wanted to get invited and I didn't invite you. So sorry. What can I say? So I guess I should give a little time. I'm learning from the YouTube people that you're supposed to give people time to like get into the room. So give people some time to get into the room, because it's kind of sucks when I just get started and people who do want to watch it live they miss the beginning, right? And it's not like a big deal. So we're reading from Black Love Matters. You see that, YouTube? See? And I know that's kind of weird, the lighting and shininess, but that's that. That's what we're reading from. Hey, Nick, what's up, girl? Thanks for tuning in, sis. Thanks for tuning in. We're reading from Black Love Matters, one of my books. And these little tidbits are not intended to offend anybody, okay? But I'm sure they're going to offend some people. I don't think this one ain't going to offend nobody on here right now, but you just never know. Typically, the people that tune in while I'm live be like, The people that need to hear this, the people that will be offended, they don't follow me. They don't watch my stuff because they already know I bring that heat. I'm coming for you. So, all right. So I guess we are a few minutes in. So let's just get started, because YouTube is showing that we're 3 minutes in, which means we must be 5 minutes in on Facebook, because Facebook was rolling before YouTube, right? So reading from Black Love Matters by yours truly. Here we go. Tidbit number 4. This one is for the brothers. Black men. A woman dining bountifully, blah, blah, blah. Let's start that over. A woman dining bountifully at her own table is not likely to be impressed by your asking what she can bring to yours. Am I lying, girls? If I'm lying, I'm flying, right? Let's face it, brothers. The sisters overwhelmingly have been set up to have financial advantages over you. The fact is, the colonizers have spent generations making sure the sisters really kind of don't need you in the ways men are useful. Between feminism, dildos, and strap-ons, y'all got a hard way to go to convince a woman to put up with your bullshit. And now that white women done heard Becky ain't the only one, and now that white men done heard that Becky ain't the only one giving blowjobs, they are hot on the sisters' trails, because they know we ride for our men and protect their interests with our lives if we have to. So even the few of us who do know we need men, we're hard pressed to deal with y'all's issues and drama when we know Chad will worship the ground we walk on. Now, I'm not one to pretend Chad can compare to you in any way, but the fact is, the sisters who still want black men are a special breed of loyal. And if we've managed to claw our way to financial stability or some form resembling it, you're going to have to do a lot of something special to convince us to get up from our own tables and head on over to yours. Genetics alone gives us the advantage over our non-melanin peers, because everyone knows at 50, We look like a half of them at 30. We've been making something out of nothing. So for so many generations, that when we do get a little bit of something, it looks like a lot of everything because we done remixed and revamped it so good. We got kids giving us the blues and making us proud all at the same time. And the fact of the matter is, you got an uphill battle to fight to prove your worthiness. Now, that's not a bad thing because every worthy queen calls for her suitors to prove their worth. And frankly, y'all are more than able to do so. Okay, brothers, let me read that again. Y'all are more than able to do so. Okay, this is not a question of are y'all able. This is a question of are y'all willing. Okay, but you got to get out of this mindset that we have something to prove to you. That's not how that works, right? We've already proven it. We've carried y'all's babies and birthed them with or without your help. We've worked the system and kept roofs over our heads. We've worked dirty jobs nobody wanted to get. We worked dirty jobs nobody wanted to get ourselves to places and into positions people with far more advantages covet. We've worn weave and afros and stilettos and gym clothes, and we've not missed a step yet. We can cook and clean like our grandmothers taught us, and we can change tires like our grandfathers taught us. And Becky ain't got nothing on the way we rock our rhythmic hips to the sounds of loving you. Don't look at no sister and ask her what she brings to the table. She's the meal and the service set and the tablecloth and the candles, bruh. The table is useless without her around, and you need to recognize Black women are the reason a table exists. We bring our essence to it, and that is plenty enough for you to fight for. And if you believe otherwise or take issue with that, you don't deserve the essence of a sister at your table, and we're better off dining alone at the tables we've set for ourselves. You can get all the press for the way Whitey has oppressed you, but we have borne the shame and we've carried the burden. Our blood, sweat, and tears is the wood your tables are made of. We needn't prove another damn thing to be worthy to sit beside you at it. Okay? What up? Quickly, I'm live.
It's hard to eat the food.
Why?
Because my tooth.
Oh, because that tooth is just chew on the other side, dear. You have two sides of your mouth. You can chew on the other side. Okay. And that food ain't even tough. That meat is tender as can be. So just chew on the other side.
Okay.
Sorry about that, guys. So, all right, that's kind of a lot in a little bit, right? But let's really look at it, okay? Now, I don't know when this concept of women proving their worth to men happened, okay? I don't know where that happened. I don't know when that happened. Like, I don't know what's going on with my hat, y'all. Whatever. But here's what. It is the stupidest thing ever. If you're wondering why men, in particular Black men, are of such low caliber, right? It's because they're not challenged. It's not because they don't have what it takes. Like, Black men are exceptional in every way. They are like literally the first, we're the first to inhabit this realm. They are literally made in the image of the Most High Yah. Okay, like the Most High said, this is me right here. And it was brothers, right? And then he said, you know what? Let me take, that's only half of me, right? That only represents this angle, but let me make the fullness of it and draw out of him the sister, right? Now, if you believe that we were drawn from your rib and created from your rib, it's absurd to expect us to have to prove our worthiness, because isn't that asking yourself to prove your own worthiness? Because if we come from you, for you to suggest that we're not worthy suggests that you're not worthy, which would mean even if we're not worthy, we're worthy because we're you. Is one side, I keep going to this two sides of the same coin thing. Like, is heads more worthy than tails? Make it make sense. right? But the idea that even that it makes any sense for a woman to have to prove that is just bonkers, right? It is men who are supposed to prove their worth to women, not the other way around. And that's why you have all these failing Black men who fail to thrive, and you have everybody outpacing you guys in all the ways that really matter. And yeah, I know that there's a lot of Black male capitalists out there that got shiny cars and big houses and bank accounts and all that there, property and everything else. But in the ways that matter, right? In the ways that are everlasting, in the ways that speak to your essence as a creator, as an aspect of the divine, you guys are failing to thrive. And it's because what's missing from the equation is the drive that happens inside of a man when he is proving his worth. And the one he is supposed to be proving his worth to is his love interest, a Black woman. You'll never know who the hero is if he never has to slay the dragon. And he shouldn't just be out there slaying dragons just for sake of slaying the dragon. The whole point in slaying the dragon is to win the right to marry the queen, win the right to marry the maiden, right? And not to try to put it in like medieval terms, but this is like goes beyond like European context. This is like way predates our bright idea, which is Europeans, right? We ain't gonna get into that right now. Maybe we'll get into that in the morning or something. Who knows? But we're not going to get into that. The fact is, as old as time is the reality that the greatness of men is born out of them proving to the women in their lives who they are. And that's not just love interest. A man should definitely want to prove to his mother that he's a great man. A man should definitely want to be proving to his daughters that he's a great man. He don't have to prove that to his homies. What relevance does that have? That's absurd. That's weird. Like, you don't have to prove to your boys that you're a worthy dude. What? Why would they care? They're not going to depend on you. They're not the ones that are literally going to recreate your seed. The whole idea of proving to women that you are worthy is so that she says, this is a seed that I need to duplicate this man. I need to use my body to duplicate this man. And so you should be proving that you're worth duplicating. Now, I know that we all were wild and young and free, and everybody done procreated all kind of haphazard, and based on all kind of the wrong stuff. And so now it's a little different because half the people I'm probably talking to don't even want kids, got kids and grandkids, don't even want more kids. So they're like, I ain't got to prove nothing because I ain't trying to procreate nothing. That's not the point. The point is, it's the essence of the relationship that you should prove yourself worthy. You should prove yourself worthy. When you start looking at a woman and asking her to prove herself worthy, you have no idea of the value of a woman, because the things that make a woman valuable to a man of substance cannot be quantified in that way. They just can't. Like, you cannot count it up, right? Those talks of encouragement, right? Her embrace when you needed embrace. The smell of whatever she's cooking when you walk in the door, the way she turns your house into a home, the way she makes you look when she walks around town and they like, oh, who's that? That's so-and-so's lady. The way she turns your little bit into something great. The way she takes that little raggedy bit or whatever you gave her and makes y'all look like you living on top. Y'all look like a power couple. Y'all look like a whole entire Black power couple, and y'all ain't nothing but a trash truck driver and an assistant preschool teacher. But the way she done mixed that thing, y'all look like something. And I'm not even talking about because you might be driving a Benz, but listen, the sisters know how to work it out. You might be driving a Benz and not somewhere all hungry and struggling for it. Like everybody likes to try to make it like Black people, just because we know how to freak it real good, that we must be neglectful, right? In some way or another, because how can they be so poor and be driving a Mercedes, right? How? Because we're resourceful, because Black women have been making something out of nothing for so long, because it's literally what we do, make something out of nothing, because we're co-creators. We are the essence of the creator, as are you, brothers, right? So as a species and a race, and the Most High does refer to us as a pure, holy, and righteous race. The Most High is racist. Don't nobody tell you. Don't let these people tell you that it's not. The Most High breaks his story down according to who he like, who he don't like, who he favors, who he don't favor, who he gonna save, who he gonna curse, according to races, right? So we being the pure and holy race, made in the image of the Most High, well, who is the Most High? The Creator. So then we are also creators, right? So then it shouldn't be like some big mystery how we can make something out of nothing. That's like what we do, right? But the idea that when a man comes into his own, that he now charges women to prove themselves to him is very, what's the word? Emasculating to our men. It turns our men, it puts our men into a feminine position, and it puts the females into the masculine position. So then what you have is you have women who are constantly coming up levels in every way because we have to prove ourselves so much. We got to prove ourselves, prove ourselves, prove ourselves, prove ourselves. And you guys are standing around waiting for somebody to prove something to you. And it's weakening your character. It's weakening your resolve. It's weakening your ability to touch your children and the generations that come behind you. And it is definitely weakening your ability to stand and look your racial counterparts in the eye. Because I guarantee you, with everything in me, I done did a little bit of traveling. I talked to people all over the freaking world. Black men are the only men who are asking their women what we bring to the table. Y'all the only ones, right? So now other men are looking at y'all like, man, these fucking simps. What are they, the women? They're the women now? That's why they don't respect you. It's why they don't fear you. That's why they'll disrespect you right in front of your face and won't think anything of it. It's why they'll shoot you with 50 brothers standing around. These cops will run up on one of you and won't think anything of running up on one of you that ain't doing nothing but minding their black ass business, beat them down, shoot them, drag them to jail. It'll be 50 brothers standing there, that's messed up, with their phone recording. Let them try that shit in France. Let them try that shit in Russia. Let them try that shit in China. Well, China's tricky because China got something else going on. But let them try it in Japan. And even in China, it's going to be tricky. They better have the numbers when they show up with that fuck shit. They better have the numbers when they show up. Right? But they don't even have to do that with black men. It could be 100 black men. And 2 fucking cops can roll up and grab one of the 100 of you, beat you to a pulp right in front of everybody. And what are you going to do? Nothing. You're not going to do anything but protest. Oh, sue them later, maybe. Why? Because you done turned coward, because you're standing in a female position of expecting the world to prove something to you, and you haven't proven anything to the world. So you haven't gotten out of yourself that arote, as the Greeks call it, right? That manness, right? And so it's backwards, guys. It's backwards. And now that's already bad enough. But let's just say that it was backwards, but women didn't have shit. So, okay, you could pull it off, right? But it's backwards energetically, and it's absurd because women got their shit going on. What are you talking about? What do we bring to the table? Like, I ain't bringing shit to your table because it's over here on my table fully set. And it's just, it's so mind-boggling how upside down it is. And it is very impactful to your essence and your ability to assert your black male essence into the global scene. Or if you're flat earthy, into the planetary scene, right? Like, it just, you can't do it. You'll never be respected as men as long as you're looking for women to prove something to you. You'll never be respected as men. Ever, never, never. Not by anyone, not by the Most High. The Most High said, he who finds a wife finds a good thing. It didn't even say a good wife. Even a bad wife. Even a bad wife. Okay, it doesn't say he who finds a good woman. He who finds a good wife. No, he who finds a wife finds a good thing. So it's your job to find that good thing and to prove to that good thing that it would be good in your hands. But you somewhere like as if it's backwards how y'all are moving, right? So stop that, okay? Stop that. They tricked y'all. They got y'all so confused about life that y'all looking crazy out here. These other races are laughing at y'all. They laugh. And this is why successful Black women are ending up with white men. And it's not the same as how the Black men, when they get successful, they want a status symbol. So they go grab a Becky. They go grab a fake titty Becky, right? And that's supposed to be some status symbol. That's not the same shit that Black women are doing when we leave and cross over to these other races. We don't give a shit about the status symbol. Frankly, it don't do all that for us, okay? The reason that Black women are crossing over to other races is because we don't got to go through that bullshit with these other races. You get with these other races and they are so freaking excited to have a sister on their team. They don't know what to do with themselves because they know we're going to take their little bit of whatever and turn it into something great. And don't let them have a lot of something. They know they're going to be good because they know that the sisters have already proven our worth time and time again through the ages. And so it's their come up to walk in the room with a sister on a hand, on their arm. Trust and believe. Trust and believe. And I know everybody wants to say, well, the government and the man and all this put women in position to like excel beyond Black men, but that shouldn't fucking matter. That shouldn't even fucking matter, right? Because you're excellent enough to still win when you walk in your Black masculine authority. You should still be outpacing them. You should still be outpacing us. The fact that the government puts us in positions and that the system puts us in positions to always have the advantage over you, still we shouldn't have an advantage over you. It shouldn't be that significant. It should be like, oh, that's cute. But if y'all were smart, y'all would be like, word. So they're going to help you come up. Word. So we're going to work that. You're going to get in your position. And baby, I'll meet you at the top. I'll meet you at the top. No, y'all somewhere crying. They always give the girls scholarships. And what you going to bring to my table? Y'all over there in them conversations. Instead of like, baby, use the man's advantages and build and meet me at the top. And y'all should be able to get to the top without all that bullshit. What do you need any of that for? What do you need affirmative action for? You shouldn't need it. You shouldn't need the same kind of help that women need. Listen, if I'm lying, I'm flying, man. This is the facts. And so when you get with a sister who's already building, she's already rising, she's already on the top. She's at the top of her game. She's at the head of her class. She's like making shit happen. And then you want to ask her what she brings to the table. First of all, it's disrespectful. It's very feminizing. Now you look like a simp. You look like a limp noodle to her when you ask her them kind of questions, right? Because even if she don't bring nothing to the table but her presence, she don't have nothing. She don't have nothing but the skin she's in. You as a Black man ought to know what she brings to the table is yourself, your reflection, because that's your rib. How you going to ask your rib what it brings to the table? Hey, arm, what do you bring to the table? What do you bring to the table, hand? She's you. She's you. Right? So talk back to me, y'all. Talk back to me. Who got some feedback? What's up, cuz? I see you in the room. I don't know. This is you. Listen, Facebook likes to disrespect and act like nobody's in the room and stuff. Last time I thought nobody was in the room and I hung up and people were like typing and trying to like holler at me. So if you are commenting or if you would like to come on camera and have some commentary, or if you'd like to ask a question, or if you like to beef with me and you don't think that makes no sense, you think I'm being unfair and hard on Black men, listen. If you're sensitive, don't do it. If you're sensitive, don't do it, because I'm probably going to chop up your whatever fuckery you're going to present that says that what I just said is wrong, right? But if you bring it, we can talk it through if I can be civil long enough, because y'all know I'm not good at civil. You agree with me, cuz? I know you do, because you got good sense. Like, ain't no man worth his salt asking no woman what she brings to the table. I'm sorry, baby. It just, like, what the hell who did you set the table for if not the woman? What do you mean, what did I bring to the table? Me, bitch. Sorry, me, sir. But if you ask that question, I'm more inclined to call you a bitch. I'm just saying, because that's a bitch ass question. for a black man to ask a black woman. It is. What do I bring to the table? Me. Pull out the motherfucking chair like you got some sense. And I know some of y'all don't like this cussing, but I got to be me, man. I got to be me. I try to roll it back a little bit, you know, and stuff, but it's whatever. You know what I mean? I'm me. We on our bullshit. Y'all not offended by cussing in movies. Y'all not offended by homosexuals in movies. Y'all not offended by ratchet booty shake all over the TV screen. Y'all not offended by people's asses and titties and all kind of stuff. Y'all not offended by none of that, but let a person like me get on here and say bitch and everybody crying. Oh my God, I can't believe she said that. How many Hollywood movies did you watch this week? All the defilement that y'all deal with for entertainment purposes, don't come at me with the fuck shit because you don't like my language, okay? Follow somebody else that's going to talk a different kind of way. Sorry, not sorry. I'm here for grown folks and people that can really just be all right with that. Or, I mean, listen, I ain't here to feed everybody. I'm here for a little small group of people. Super, super woke. Like ultra woke. Because a lot of these people that think they're woke are like in that place where they're having a dream. Y'all ever had that dream where like you thought you got up and got on the bus? Like you thought you was at the bus stop and then you wake up and realize you're dreaming and like the bus is like, you look at the bus just left. That's how these woke people are, right? They think they're woke. But I'm not here for them. I'm not here for them. I'm not here for the Christians and their weird ass Roman, mentality and all this. I'm not here for none of that. I'm here to see my people truly, truly rise, right? Elevate your mind, elevate your thinking so we can conduct ourselves differently so we can win. Because let me tell you something, black men and black women, one cannot possibly win without the other. It just can't happen. And it might look like a brother with a white girl, it might be women. It might look like a sister with a Chinese man might be winning. But I guarantee you, a black man and a black woman, neither one is winning if they don't have the other right by their side. Because one side of the coin cannot win with the other side missing. It's counterfeit. What would you do with a coin if you got a coin and it was heads on one side and you turned it over and the other side was blank? What would you do? Or if it was a penny on one side and you turned it over and it had tails of a nickel. Counterfeit. Right? So that's what these mixed situations are that rise. It looks like they're winning, but it's counterfeit. The only way black men and black women can win is if we rise together. And it don't matter who gets up there first, because at the end of the day, if a sister rises, she brings a brother up with her. If a brother rises, he brings a sister up with her. Because they're two sides of the same coin. So the only way to win is together. So to ask your other side of the coin what value they have is just the stupidest shit you could possibly ask. Your heads and you're asking tails on the penny. So what are you worth? Nigga, I'm worth a penny like you. What you talking about? You're a dollar coin. Your tails and you looking at heads like, well, what do I need you for? You need me to legitimize you. You mean nothing without me. I mean nothing without you. So that's a bitch ass question to ask me what I'm worth when I'm the other side of the coin that you are. Right? I don't know. Talk to me, y'all. What you think about this, right? We got to stop this nonsense. We definitely got to stop it. It's so emasculating. There's all this stuff that's so emasculating that just makes our men like a laughing stock. And it makes me angry because I freaking love black men. And I hate how the whole world is laughing at you. I was talking, this meme keeps coming up about the Million Man March and 1 million black men in DC and nobody stormed the Capitol. I'm fucking embarrassed by that shit. I'm not proud of that. 1 million black men on the Capitol and they didn't do shit. They didn't bust a grape in a food fight. They just sat around singing Kumbaya and went the fuck home. The whole world laughed. Let me tell you, when they heard that 1 million black men were about to converge on DC, the world was shook They were holding on with white fucking knuckles like, oh shit, it's about to go down. They about to make their move. They about to take the fuck over. We about to pay for some shit now. And all them brothers did was go down there and prove to everybody in the world that they ain't about shit. It's like, what? What? A million of you were there together and you didn't tell nobody that they owe you some checks. You didn't tell nobody to keep their hands off your kids. You didn't tell nobody that, like, what? You didn't tell nobody that, like, keep them fucking cops out our hood. You didn't tell nobody to keep their drugs out our hood. You didn't tell nobody for them doctors to stop killing our babies at birth. Stop doing all this foul stuff to our daughters when they're pregnant. Like, y'all didn't do none of this. Y'all just like, what? What y'all go do? You made a memory of all of y'all standing around singing Kumbaya, right? Let it have been a million black women. Let it have been a million black women in DC that day. The world would have been shaken before, and the world would have been different after. The world was shaking when Farrakhan called for that thing. They were scared. They tried to shut it down. They were scared to death because they knew what a force that was, and they knew that it was time. They know that it's time. They know that the tables are turning, that it's time for us to take our rightful place. But we can't take our rightful place because y'all somewhere wanting to know what the sisters bring to the table. And having beef with us because we got the good sense to take the come up that the man done laid out there, because we got sense enough to take the freaking come up. Now you mad jealous. You jealous of your own women because Uncle Sam gives us, 5 times more scholarships than they give you and shit like that. Like, what do you care? It don't make no sense. It's very emasculating, gentlemen. It makes you look not even like women. It makes you look like little girls, and not even like little girls. It makes you look, you're like eunuchs, like they cut your nuts off. And now you're standing around like waiting for somebody to save you. This brother, and I understand he's a good, powerful brother, all this stuff. I don't know the man or whatever, but I seen this thing come up on my Facebook last year, and he was stepping out of his doorway and he had this t-shirt on it that said "Protect Black Men." And now I'm one of the first ones that'll protect black men. So it's not the sentiment that I disagree with, but for a black man to wear a shirt that says "Protect Black Men," what the fuck are you, seals, whales, extinct butterflies, or endangered butterflies? A black man wearing a shirt that says that whoever is reading should protect him is the most emasculating shit that a black man can put on his body. I can wear that shirt. I can wear a shirt that says "Protect Black Men," because when I wear it, I'm talking to black men, black women, black children. But for a black man to wear that shirt, and who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? Which population reading the shirt are you suggesting should be protecting you? The black women that are reading the shirt? The black children that are reading the shirt? Your brothers? I can get with it for your brothers, maybe, but the whole Chinese people should protect black men? Chinese men should protect black men? Or Chinese women should protect black men? I would have been happier to see black men protect yourselves, protect your shit, protect your family, protect your mind, protect your spirit, but protect black men? A black man wearing that shirt was the most emasculating, frustrating thing I've ever seen in my life. Probably not the most I've seen in my life, but it was definitely one of the most frustrating things that I've seen in a long time. I got caught a lot of heat about it because apparently the brother that was wearing it is a solid brother. And so I used the picture and like to make that example of like how emasculating black men are to themselves. I caught a lot of heat, but fuck it, I always catch a lot of heat. I don't care. Right? But it wasn't like I was trying to say nothing personal against that dude. But the idea that a black man is going to walk around in a shirt asking who to protect him. Who's reading the shirt, bruh? Your mom? Or your woman or your daughter? Or your son? Because if your daddy ain't the only one reading it, if your homie ain't the only one reading, you take that motherfucking shirt off. You don't never wear that shit in public. You maybe could wear that at the cookout where it's all just you brothers. That's the only place for a black man to wear a shirt that says protect black men amongst only the company of black men. He should never have no shit like that on in public because it's emasculating, makes you look like children, makes you look weak. Like protect the whales, right? Protect the trees, protect the bees. You're going to put yourself in them categories? I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. That's the same thing as asking a sister what she brings to the table. She brings herself to the table. She's the reason you have a table. You don't need a table if you don't have a black woman. She's the only reason you need a table. And in fact, you wouldn't know you needed a table if it wasn't for a black woman. So y'all got to come up, man. I'm ready to see the brothers rise. Because the sisters are rising, man. And we can't rise without you. Like, it's counterfeit if we rise without you. It's only an illusion of rising. That's why I'm so hard on y'all, because here we are rising, and y'all are way down here. And so what happens is it's slowing our rise because we're pushing hard. But the further you guys are behind us, it brings us back down because we can only go so far from you. We're one. We're two sides of the same coin. So we can't rise without you. So if we rise without you, then we have to keep falling. We rise, you don't rise, we got to drop back down to you. We rise, you don't rise, we got to drop back down to you. We can't keep doing this. Y'all got to come the fuck up. And then y'all want to lead on top of it. How in the hell does that even work? How does that work? You want to be in this position of like a parental, you want like us to submit to you like children submit to parents. You want women to submit to you. But what the fuck I look like asking my kids what they bring to the table? Like, what? Like the reason my kids submit to me is because, bitch, you eat my food at my table. You want submission, but you don't want to provide the table, and you don't want to provide nothing on the table. She got to be equal to you to provide something for the table. She got to help build the table. She got to help put something on it, but then she got to submit to you, and you get to tell her what and when to cook and shit like that. That's not how that works. That is definitely not how that works. At the point at which someone is expected to put some shit on the table next to yours, what you put on the table is the point at which they can sit wherever the fuck they want, wear whatever the fuck they want to the party. Like, they grown. They're an equal contributor. They're grown. Then you don't get to lead that person. You don't get to they don't have to submit to you. The only people that have to submit to you are the people who you're feeding them. It's your table and you're feeding them. And so therefore you get to say, kids, y'all sit at the kiddie table down there. Or notice the head of the table is for mommy. The other head of the table is for daddy. Y'all sit on the sides, children. Sit still, I said. Eat them green beans. I don't care if you like it. You don't get to, I don't care if you like green beans. You're going to eat them to the person that's like, yeah, well, I don't really fuck with green beans like that. That's why I brought broccoli. You don't get to be like, well, I said we're having green beans. Bitch, you don't get the fuck out my face with that bullshit. The broccoli? Yeah, I'll eat that. Fuck you and your green beans. Y'all don't know how silly it makes you look with this. This is absurd. Lynette Bacon is saying the submission thing is like, wow, right now. Like, I can see myself, my being submissive and still providing for myself. I'm not sure I can see myself, my being submissive. Are you saying you can't see yourself being submissive and still providing for yourself, sis? Is that a typo? I'm assuming that that's a typo, right? Like, yeah, what do I look like? I got to provide all my own shit, but then I got to listen to you for how I get to use it, access it, and this and that. You out your rabbit ass mind. You crazy. Oh, you crazy. Exactly, Queen. That's what I thought you meant. You can't, right? Yeah, I can't see it either. I cannot see it, sis. I cannot see me. You got a table. I got to bring equal to the table, but then you get to tell me where I got to sit. You got to tell me what time to eat. You get to tell me whether or not I can eat. You get to tell me if I can use my right or my left hand. You get to tell me if I can have butter on my roll, but I got to bring equal to the table. That's not how that works. It's really just literally not how that works. Because a motherfucker would just pack their shit up and go to their own table and leave you standing there mad talking about women don't know how to submit. Submit to what? And then that's a lie on top of it anyway, because this idea that women don't know how to submit, y'all can kiss our ass, because we did not get to where we got to not knowing how to submit. Y'all ain't been in them welfare offices with these people asking these weird ass questions. Y'all ain't been in them school meetings with the kids, with the people, with their strange expectations of them now running your family life. Y'all ain't been in them conversations where you're trying to get grants and loans and things like that, where they treat you how they treat you. And the sisters just know, just play the game, wear the mask, and take this come up. And now you somewhere, you don't offer no fucking benefits. And because she looking at you like, what? You talking about she don't know how to submit. Yeah, okay. Y'all confused. You've been emasculated. Your nuts are chopped off, and now you're running around like little eunuchs. You got no moxie or whatever. You got no girth to you. Got no like. Because I'm gonna tell y'all something. Here's the thing that y'all don't even understand. Black women love to submit. We love it. It's our comfort zone. We love it. What? Yes, we do. Yes, we really, really do. We love to get us one of them men, baby, that just handles it. You know, oh, baby, I don't know what I'm going to do. I got to get my car inspected. I got to get this and I got to, baby, wait. List the things you got to do this week. Okay, listen to me. Here's what I need you to do. You do number 1, number 3, 4, and 7, right? I know you got 10 things on your list. You focus on 1, 3, 4, and 7, and I got the rest. And then you actually follow through and handle that shit. You are not going to have a hard time getting that woman to submit. She's going to do just what the fuck you told her to do. Yes, she is. She going to call you, babe. What do you think about? And I don't give a shit what it is. The boss could be like, listen, we want to take all the staff on a trip to Dubai. And she going to be somewhere like, well, can my husband come? Can my boo love come? And they be like, nah, he can't come. She going to call, be like, boo, they want us to go to Dubai, but they say you can't come. Do I have to go? That's what she going to ask you. Do I have to go, babe? I ain't really trying to go. You're going to have to talk her into it. She's going to have to see going as submitting to you. You're going to have to tell her she got to go. Baby, that's your job, man. You love that job. What you talking about? But baby, I don't want to be all the way over there no 2 weeks without you. He going to have to be like, baby, we got Zoom. It's okay. We got Facebook. It's okay. Go ahead, girl. Make that money. Shit, that's a paid vacation, baby. That's how that's going to go for a man to handle this shit. Ladies, am I lying? I see Lynette says, I know that's right. We love to submit, but we ain't finna submit to no bullshit. We got to submit to enough bullshit out there in the world. So you got to bring your A game. And asking us what we bring to the table is not A game. That is definitely F- game. It's not A game. That's not A game. It's not game. It's fuckery. That's like men that ask what value does a woman bring into a man's life? Bitch, if you got to ask, never mind. How about never mind? Any man that is still wondering what benefit there is to a man getting married, listen, if a man has ever asked that question in your presence, please warn any woman that has ever come near and thought about dating him to run fast away. Because a man worth marrying knows good and damn well that there are innumerable and more than you could possibly ever name benefits to having a wife. And so if he's somewhere still trying to figure out, well, what's the benefit of me having a wife? Nothing, boo. Nothing. There's no benefit to you having a wife. Never, ever get married. Never do it. Don't even date. And in fact, I heard there's a boy toy over there that likes your type. Go on the fuck over there with them. Just leave women alone all the fuck together. If a man is asking those kind of questions, well, I see all the benefits women get in marriage, but what's the benefits a man gets out of marriage? None. None for you, babe. None. None. No. And I ain't gonna have that long talk with nobody. What? I wish a nigga would ask me what I bring to the table. Baby, I ain't bringing shit to your raggedy ass table. Nothing. But a man that comes with his fucking A game and lays the spread out, lays the table out, and come and be like, come on, baby, come sit at my table for a while. Come on over here and dine with me for a minute. See how fast this girl right here lined the fuck up. That's what got me fucked up the last few years. And these cats wasn't even on that level, but they definitely, the last dude I was dealing with in Belize definitely had a bunch of real fly shit going for him. And so what I did was, I kind of took a back seat to him and like, we're going to see where he going to take this thing. He took it no fucking where but in the ground. And so I rolled. Because, bitch, you got to hit rock bottom by your motherfucking self. I'll take some levels down with you because I'm down with you, but I ain't going to rock motherfucking bottom. You got to do that shit on your own. Right? Check my motherfucking work. Ask about me. I don't play no daggone games. Check my work. Ask the cat I'm dealing with now. Ask him. Say, yo, how is Jetty at submission? Ask what I was going to go to school for. And what was that, where that fucking came from. Ask. He said, I'm building such and such, baby. Now, I ain't one of these chicks that don't got shit to do with my time. But he said, I'm building such and such, baby. Right? And he's a fucking boss. So when the boss says he's building some shit, and I need you to be able to carry this load here. And so in order for you to carry this load here in the shit I'm building, I need you to be equipped, which means you need to take your funky ass to school. Guess who was the fuck, and to this day, guess who's enrolled in school? Accordingly. Why? Because I didn't bring shit to the table and I needed his little stuff. Hell no. Hell no. Not at all. Not at all. I didn't need one more thing on my plate. I didn't need a way to make money. I didn't need a purpose. I didn't need a vision. I got all that shit all fucking ready. Why did I get my ass enrolled in school? Because I love to submit to a man who's on his shit. And baby, if you on your shit and you tell me in order for you to do better, there's some shit that I can do to make you do better, you better believe it ain't even a fucking question of whether I want to. Of course I want to. It's my pleasure. It's my duty. But you can't come half-cocked talking about she got to submit. You ain't got no plans. You ain't got no assets. You ain't got no resources. You ain't got shit. What she gonna submit to? Sitting on the motherfucking couch? Can't nobody submit to the couch. That's not how it works. So stop that. Stop asking the sisters what we bring to the table. Stop expecting sisters to win you. That's not how that happens. If you're waiting for somebody to prove their worth to you, you're a bitch ass nigga. If you're wondering what the benefits of marriage are to you as a man, you're a bitch ass nigga and you're not worth marrying. And there are no benefits to marrying you for anybody. Not for you, not for her, not for the kids, not for nobody. It's a liability. You are a social liability. Real talk, right? So we're 48 minutes in, guys. So I'm going to get off of here because that leaves us under an hour. Yay! Y'all know I be getting carried away. Sometimes these things be like an hour and a half long. I know y'all be like, I want to like listen, but gosh, she's still talking. Like I'm trying to show support, but she's still talking. It'd be like an hour and 36 minutes later. I'm still making the same points and telling different stories, different versions of the same story and stuff. Like, yeah, I'm not going to do that to y'all. So I think I made the point. I hope that this blessed you guys. Listen, sisters, listen to me. Build up our brothers, okay? It is an illusion that we can rise above them. We are two sides of the same coin. And so if you are rising and you do not have a black male counterpart, then you are a counterfeit coin. You are not, you are worth nothing. You are only worth as much as your other side is worth. A quarter heads is only worth a quarter if it has tails. Tails is only worth a quarter if it has heads. So it doesn't matter how high you rise. If you're not rising with the brother, and I don't care if you rise and then pull him up, rise and then pull him up, rise and then pull him up. Make no mistake, you rise, and if you don't pull him up, your fucking ass is going to drop back down where he's at. And I don't even mean necessarily in relationship with a specific black man, which I do. You should definitely have a black man counterpart. You should definitely have a man. You definitely need a man. Don't fall for that fuck shit that you don't. Right? Yeah, Lynette, maybe we'll rap about that tomorrow, right? Maybe we'll skip Black Love Matters in the morning and maybe we'll talk about that tomorrow, right? The value of a coin, right? And a counterfeit, and how we're all these fucking counterfeits running around. We think we've accomplished so much and we don't have our other half. Like, what? Look at this quarter. It's worth $1 million. It's a collector's item. Is it a quarter though? It only has tails. And then they'll try to make you think that that's fabulous and interesting and nice, but it's counterfeit, yo. It's a quarter on one side, a nickel on the other. That's not how that works. No, it ain't worth the quarter or the nickel now. Right? But in general and overwhelmingly, the sisters are rising at exponential speeds. But if we don't figure out how to bring the black men with us, I don't give a fuck how you do it. You better figure out some kind of way where your life is impacting black men in such a way as to rise them up, lift them up. Because trust and believe, you're going to bounce your ass back down there to wherever they at, wherever the fuck we leave them is where we're going to end up. It is what it is. So, all right, guys, thanks for listening. Please go to the YouTube channel, Black Enlightainment. Shout out if you're listening on YouTube to Black Enlightainment. Go and listen to the playlist entitled The Culture. Listen to those songs. I recorded them with a beat up phone and a beat up laptop, just me. So it's the sound quality and all of that is dookie, right? But the songs are pretty cool. And I mean, you know, I don't have like the chorus lines and stuff like that in them or anything like that. It's just like the bare bones of the songs, but you can get a feel for the vibes. And I think you guys might like them. You know, I'd love to hear if people have a favorite one or one that inspired them or one that touched them or anything like that. I think I'm pretty settled on my playlist for my fundraiser that I have coming up. I'm going to do Yah Promise. I'm going to do Devilment. And I think I'm going to do, a toast, right? Because I'm feeling like starting a little trouble, you know. I am the rabble rouser after all. So, I mean, what would I be if I don't rabble rouse, right? So a toast is a little bit like, it's a little bit shady. So I like it. But anyway, guys, I really appreciate you tuning in. For those of you that are going to catch me in the morning, I'm sorry that the last couple of days I've been so inconsistent. I'm trying to become better at being more consistent with these. But I usually go live between 6 and 6:30, and we try to only be between a half an hour and an hour. Like I try to wrap it up by about 7 so that people can move on with their day and stuff like that. Sometimes we go to 7:30, but if I go longer than that, I truly apologize because I know people got shit to do. So look for me in the morning on Facebook and YouTube. I'll go live again tomorrow, and maybe we'll talk more about this, Sister Lynette. Yeah, it's better, Sister Lynette, to be equally yoked that way when you're rising. You don't have to do a lot of, like, even if you rise, if you're equally yoked, their rise is going to, right, come with you. And it probably when you're equally yoked, what happens is, boop, 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 you go up, there, boop, 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 then they go up, there, boop, 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 you go up, and boop, 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 they go up, right? Or you go together, boop, 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 you rise together, right? But if you're unequally yoked, you're going to like, zing, and they're like crawling, and then you're going to go boing down there to them, and then you're going to go zing, and then they're crawling, you go boing, you're going to go back down to them, and like this is no bueno, right? But even being unequally yoked with a brother is better than being single. Sorry to say that, right? Because that single shit is for the birds. It's too vulnerable. It's not okay, and it's a sign of a curse, right? The Most High says that in the restoration of us, no woman would lack her mate, meaning single women would not be a part of the new earth reality, right? That just is what it is. So with that, guys, it's your girl Jetty, Empress Jetty, the Rebel Rouser, coming at you from Black Enlightainment, where we're doing what, guys? Broadcasting consciousness, right? And I'll see y'all in the morning. Bless up. Peace. Thanks for tuning in, guys. One love.